It is finally here. We're talking about Election Day, of course, and this is historic as well. You know, we are seeing record numbers across our state and across our country. More than 100 million Americans across the nation already voted. That's more than 70% of all the votes than we saw in 2016.
That's right. And here in Louisiana, more than 985,000 people voted early, with thousands upon thousands voting across the state right now. When it comes to those early voting numbers, though, in Orleans Parish, folks here saw the biggest turnout with more than 100,000 people.
Well, good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us today for our special Commitment 2020 coverage. I'm Christina Watkins.
And I'm Randy Russo. Today we have got your election coverage from the second you head over to the polls to the moment those results start to trickle in.
Yeah, we also have our reporters. They are out right now focusing on all the races, bringing you the information that matters. We are here to help you understand what you are voting on and how it could potentially impact our future. But first, let's begin here with the basics. So we know the polls are open right now. They close tonight at 8 o'clock. If you are in line by 8 o'clock, do not leave. You can stay and you have the right to vote.
All you need to have with you is your photo ID, and you can check the Secretary of State's office website if you need help finding your polling location. Also, if you need a ride in New Orleans, you can pick any one of RTA's public transportation methods. The RTA is waiving all fees today, so that means buses, streetcars, ferries, paratransit services are all free, and they can take you to and from those polling locations. You can also find a list of their pickup and drop-off spots on our website. That's WDSU.com.
And as you head to the polls today, whether you're using RTA's free services or maybe getting there your own way, make sure you bring those essentials, your masks, your gloves, your hand sanitizer, and as always, stay at least 6 feet away from others. COVID-19 is still very real, and experts want you to protect yourself when you are at the polls. This comes as the State Department of Health reported more than 1,000 new cases today and 17 more deaths. So far, more than 184,000 people tested positive for the virus since the beginning of the pandemic in March, and more than 5,700 others died from it. Right now, 619 patients are being treated at hospitals across the state. 84 of those patients are on ventilators. Both of those numbers are up. And also, more than 168,000 people recovered.
And, you know, because of Hurricane Zeta, there are changes to the polling locations for some of you, specifically those of you living in Golden Meadow. Several polling locations were temporarily moved because of power outages. So if you were originally set to vote at Old Golden Meadow Settlement School and Golden Meadow Upper Elementary, you will now have to cast your ballot at Golden Meadow Middle School. All other polling places will stay the same. Well, at 12:02 right now, let's take a look at the skies on this election day. They are picturesque, beautiful, blue. Could ask for better weather right now, maybe a little bit warmer for some folks, right, Quaylen?
Yeah, definitely. And a big increase from temperatures this morning, a nice rebound. We had some 30s and 40s on the board. Not the case now. We're looking at blue sky and sunshine efficient today. So we're back to 66 degrees, a few degrees warmer compared to this time all around. Winds from the north-northeast at 7. That means a nice, dry, low humidity flow out there. Temperatures in Hammond 64, 68 in Slidell, up to 70 degrees now in Houma, 68 degrees in Gulfport. Generally cloud free. We're looking at high pressure scooting east, more high pressure building in from the west. We may see some passing clouds at times, but no rainfall today. So if you're heading out this afternoon, you'll be a little bit warmer. But if you're heading to vote later on this evening before the polls close between 6 and 7 o'clock, let's say, you're looking at temperatures around 63 degrees, clear skies into the nighttime hours, and then back down into the 50s for the South Shore overnight. A little cooler on the North Shore, back into the 40s. In the meantime, while conditions are picturesque here, we unfortunately have an eye wall that's moving on shore with Hurricane Eta, Category 4 status as it moves towards northeastern Nicaragua. More on this system and our 7-day forecast when I come back. Back to you.
All right, Quaylen, and certainly it is a huge day. Every vote counts, and obviously people are willing to just get up early, stand in those long lines just to make sure their voices are heard.
Yeah, Heath Allen kicks off our team coverage today from the New Orleans Theological Seminary. This is one of the major polling places in New Orleans. He joins us live with an update on how things are going. Heath, people have been out there all morning.
Yeah, they were lined up out here at 6 o'clock, well before, as the doors were opening this morning. As you can see behind me now, though, things have slacked up a little bit. Big rush starting out, slacked up right now. But everybody got up early this morning. It was a little chilly. They got out here. It was a push to the finish line, if you will, for the folks that were out here this morning. Certainly, they want to get their ballots cast. Election officials working for the last several days trying to make sure all the polling places have power. I mean, in the wake of Hurricane Zeta, there were several issues, and so either power was restored, hardwired to places like where we're standing now, or those that didn't have that kind of power, they're working off of generators. As you say, this morning folks got up early, and it was really a lot of fun just talking to some of the folks that were in the line this morning, especially the guys who were there first, ready when the doors opened at 6 o'clock.
I got my coffee last night, so I'll be ready this morning, and I knew it was for 6, so I came out at 5:30. So if there was a line or wait, I would be able to chat with my friends and be able to vote.
My vote, even though it's one vote, makes a difference. It's because it's an honor to come here and vote, no matter what. If we don't vote, we sit on the sideline, we can't say nothing.
Regardless of how the results turn out, that we love the people in front of us, because we may never meet the president or the congressman, but we do interact with our neighbors and our friends daily, and so how we treat them matters because they're the people we actually do life with.
So expect the line to kind of pick up here and at other polling locations as the afternoon progresses. Again, so far so good in Orleans. There were a couple of hitches in the get along over in Jefferson Parish. We rode over there this morning to check out some of the issues they were having. They're minor issues, but issues nonetheless, and we'll talk about those when we come back. Guys, back to you.
All right, Heath Allen live for us. Heath, thank you. So one of the biggest races in Orleans Parish, other than, of course, the presidential race, is this one, the race for district attorney. These 4 candidates on your screen, all Democrats, are vying for that seat. And now it's up to you, the voter, to decide who will take that seat.
Our team coverage continues this afternoon with Travers Mackel. He is live with a breakdown of that DA's race here in Orleans Parish. Travers.
That's right, Randy. Let me show you where we are first off. We're at St. Dominic and Lakeview. It's the shortest the line has been all morning. Take a look at this behind me. It was wrapped out around the parking lot. That is not the case anymore. This is moving fast. People are getting in. They're casting their ballot. Every single person who votes here at this precinct in New Orleans will have the chance to vote for district attorney. Incumbent Leon Canizero not seeking re-election after 12 years in office. We're going to profile 2 of the candidates right now. Kiva Landrum, a former acting DA and longtime judge. She's running on a criminal justice reform package. She doesn't want to prosecute misdemeanor marijuana cases in criminal court. She also feels that she is the person best qualified to prosecute violent criminals. Then you have Arthur Hunter, a former police officer and longtime judge as well at Orleans Parish Criminal Court. He retired last winter. He has been running for about a year. Again, he feels like he is uniquely qualified given his experience in law enforcement and his time on the bench. On Sunday night when we did the only televised debate, we caught up with both of them. Here's what they had to say about why they feel they should be the city's next top prosecutor.
I know if we want to be a safer city, we need a district attorney who will hold people accountable for their actions, reduce recidivism, and also prosecute cases fairly without the lawsuits and the drama.
Making sure that we prioritize public safety, focus on fairness, and demand integrity and transparency in our district attorney's office.
The district attorney's election is expected to go to a runoff sometime in early December. So therefore, a lot of these candidates are vying just to get into that runoff, and then they start the whole process over. Should be a heated, interesting race as it comes into the home stretch tonight. And really quickly, Randy and Christina, let me show you this. There's almost no line here at St. Dominic here in Lakeview. That hasn't been the case. But right now at lunchtime, you think things would pick up. Not really happening. The line, not long at all. Most people are inside casting their vote. Randy, Christina, we're live in Lakeview. Let's send it back to you all.
All right, Travers, thank you for that. WDSU reporter Aubrey Killian is also staying on top of the Orleans Parish DA's race.
He joins us live in New Orleans with a look at the other 2 candidates you're going to see on the ballot. Aubrey.
Hey, Christina. So tonight, Morris Reed and Jason Williams, they are going to fight to be the city's top prosecutor right here in New Orleans. So take a look. Let me walk you through each candidate that is hoping for this big position. So let's get started with Jason Williams. Now, he is the current city council president and a very well-known defense attorney. There is some controversy surrounding him. Williams was recently charged in a 11-count federal indictment. Now, he has pled not guilty to federal tax fraud charges. If elected, though, his focus, it is criminal justice reform and increasing public safety. He wants to create programs to help those struggling with substance abuse and mental health issues, too. He says he's got the experience to get this job done. Now, Morris Reed also says he's got the experience as well. Reed worked as a judge and was the head of the local NAACP. He says he will continue to fight for civil rights, and Reed also supports criminal justice reform as well. He says he wants to form a community relations division and expand the DA's diversion program. He stressed that he also wants drug and violent offenders off the streets and prosecuted. He says this could help drop the number of homicides right here in New Orleans.
I'm Morris Reed with over 40 years of experience in the criminal justice system. As a judge, a prosecutor in the federal system where I had to supervise or oversee the activities of district attorneys within 21 parishes east of the Mississippi River. I have a long history of fighting for the rights of the little man.
You can trust that I will deliver reform to the criminal legal system and increase public safety at the same time, because I have been doing just that as council president, standing up, speaking out, and delivering real reform with real metrics to deliver public safety.
Now, a spokesperson for Reed says he's not holding a campaign watch party tonight because of the COVID-19 pandemic. As for Williams, I am told he is holding a very small watch party. We're going to, of course, stay on top of this race all throughout the day and night and bring you all the latest developments. Reporting live, I'm Aubrey Killian, WDSU News.
All right, Aubrey, well, now to the biggest race on the ballot. We're talking about the presidential race, as Americans will decide who will lead our country for the next 4 years.
The winner will work to try and get us through this pandemic. We know more than 231,000 people have died from COVID, and millions right now are out of jobs. So far, though, Democrats lead in early voting, while Republicans are expected to turn out more today. The focus tonight on a handful of battleground states. Both presidential campaigns spent these final hours bouncing across those states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida, North Carolina, and of course, Pennsylvania. Both camps still stressing voters get out and go to the polls.
It's time to rebuild the backbone of this country, the middle class, and this time bring everybody along.
With your vote, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut regulations, support our great police.
And President Trump stopped by the Republican headquarters in Northern Virginia today. He's expected to head to his Trump International Hotel in Washington tonight. The Biden campaign still out on the road in Pennsylvania, Florida, Michigan, North Carolina, and Ohio before ending things tonight in Delaware.
And this race is also leaving many on edge, with some business owners anticipating some unrest. That's why all across the country they are boarding up their windows, preparing for what could come out of tonight's results. New York, California, Missouri, Texas, just a few of the states where people are trying to protect their livelihoods. Business owners say that they want to make sure that their properties are safe from any kind of looting or vandalism.
Because we're afraid that people are going to throw rocks, they're going to go crazy, or worse, they're going to break the windows, come inside, and basically loot everything that I have worked very, very hard for.
One of my cousins actually got looted for $2 million worth of merchandise. Yeah, right when the riots happened.
Well, according to Insurance Information Institute, U.S. businesses have suffered some $900 million worth of losses from vandalism during protests this year.
Our election coverage continues throughout the day. We are talking to voters, candidates, political analysts, and when the results come rolling on in, we're going to bring them to you on air and online.
But until then, make sure that you download our WDSU mobile app so you can get the latest updates on this election day. And make sure you turn on those push notifications to get results sent straight to your phone. We also have important voter information to help you as you wait to cast your ballot.